Hello YouTube Stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, coming to you from 22.3 miles due east of BFE. New people to the channel, and there's a lot of them. On Wednesdays, we do Laid Back Wednesdays. We talk about money matters, but not necessarily silver. In this video, we are leading up to tax season. I want to talk about tax preparation scams. Saturday's video will be, is there a silver shortage? Short answer, hell no. Okay, let's get back to taxes. I did a video on capital gains tax on Saturday. Several people emailed me or commented about situations, whether it be different states, whether they received it as a gift, whether they sold stuff for scrap that was purchased originally to use, and so forth. It is impossible to adequately cover capital gains in an 8 to 12 minute video. So when you face these situations, I strongly suggest to engage the services of a competent tax practitioner in your area. Okay. This is not turning into a tax channel, but coming up to the tax filing deadline, I want to do 2 videos on tax scams. Today is the tax preparation scam. The poor unsuspecting client goes to a fraudulent tax practitioner. How do these fraudulent tax practitioners typically operate? Typically, they overly inflate the client's deductions, and the taxes are filed for the client. The client gets a huge refund. The problem with the IRS, but the IRS has many problems. They just flat suck. Let's just be honest. But a big problem in this area is the IRS will pretty much take any tax return or amendment that is sent to them and issue a refund on it. The verification and data matching comes much later. So if the fraudulent tax preparer triples the amount of mortgage interest paid, the IRS does not match the amount claimed for mortgage interest with the 1098 submitted by the lenders until much later. So the unsuspecting client gets a much larger refund than they normally would and are entitled to. Usually in the real world, they go out and tell all their buddies. Joe Blow on 3rd Street, he knows his stuff. Because, like investing, people, when it comes to tax, believe what benefits them most, regardless of the truth. So Joe Blow ends up getting a whole bunch of people to do their taxes. Now, these tax practitioners usually charge a fortune, much higher rates than a normal tax practitioner. Here's what to look for to decide if you're dealing with a fraud or not. I'm going to give you some examples that a legitimate tax practitioner would never use. Number 1, charging a percentage of the refund. The amount of money of the refund or the amount of money that is due with the return is not relevant to the work to prepare an income tax return. So if someone goes, I will do it for 25% of your refund, you're dealing with a fraud, always. Number 2, someone that claims to have specialized training that no other accountants in the area has. No. There might be accountants better at certain issues, but no tax practitioner is going to say, I have specialized training that no one else in the area has that enables me to get you the biggest refund. Number 3, and this works with investments too. I have a secret. I have discovered something inside the tax code that no one else knows about. It is a secret that I have uncovered, and you are paying me extra because I have this secret. There are no secrets. Or my favorite, number 4, I have a proprietary system of evaluating deductions that enables you to get the largest refund. Doesn't work that way. What I have seen is these fraudulent tax practitioners have the money come back to their office because they charge like $2,000 to do a simple tax return. But they're getting you $8,000 back, and you're probably only entitled to $1,000 in this hypothetical situation. So clients will gladly pay them $2,000 when it should be a $300 tax prep fee. What happens when these scams come crashing down? Well, for the money owed, who's responsible? It is the taxpayer. The client is responsible for the taxes. Usually these guys disappear or go to jail. And the IRS don't spend a whole lot of time tracking them down once they disappear. So it's the clients left holding the bag. Don't fall for these scams. I'll tell you how unscrupulous they can be. I was a tax manager for a very prestigious accounting firm. And this firm had a related client base, related for business purposes, that had about 300 clients in that base. Someone was trying to do an amendment scam. They had a website, and the way this scam worked is they would evaluate intangibles such as goodwill and amortize it. And they had a proprietary system to assign the value. And on their website, it clearly stated, your accountant and attorney will not agree with us. You think? So one of our clients in that client base called me. There was no way we could let this loose in that client base. These were heavy hitter guys. So he got the guy that was promoting the scam to call me. I was like, guy, it doesn't work. I had my research. I went through why it wouldn't work. And he said, if we could talk in another venue, this could be personally rewarding for you with access to that client base. Of course, then, at that point, I switched to military switch, and he didn't like the rest of the conversation. But that could happen. So, keep your eyes open. If it sounds too good to be true, it really is. Okay, on Saturday, we're going to talk about, is there a silver shortage? Hell no. And I will explain why. If you need to reach me offline, my email address is stsilverstacker@gmail.com. I get fan mail, I get hate mail, got some pretty nasty hate mail, but that's okay too, if it floats your boat. I mean, keyboard warriors of dime a dozen. Have had great comments on here. You don't have to agree. If you disagree, you want to make a comment, say why, I will gladly post it. Also, coming soon to the website on May 15th. God bless you. Good day.